See, this is what they're not going to tell you as the American people. You never had a democracy, American people. Your governments and politicians have lied to you, whether they are conservative or liberal. They have lied to you all. They sold you all this dream that the American dream is you have ownership, but how you have ownership if you get behind on your taxes? If you make sure pay your taxes, what happens? The government takes your home and forecloses. So when you buy a home and you pay it off, why you still got to pay taxes on something that you own? Have any American ever thought about that? Why you got to pay taxes on something that you own? And why do your children, after you pass away and you leave it to your children, why do they have to pay taxes on something that you own? Because you never owned it. The government, the U.S. government, sold, whether you black or white or anyone, an illusion of ownership when you never owned anything. The government owned it. They written to you, and every year you pay it in property tax, whether it's farm, whether it's your home, whether it's farmland, and all that shit. The government owned it. The government owned it. And who owns the government? Multinational corporations. That's why they could bring all these South Africans as these white Americans lose their farmland. What's going to happen? They're going to give all their farmland to these white corporations who J.T. Vance is involved with agro corporations, and he's going to bring all these South Africans in to replace you white farmers. Damn, y'all getting treated like black farmers been treated and ranchers been treated for years now, huh? See, what happened is this called karma. Now they not even using white supremacy no more because, like I told the white guy, this white supremacy is too expensive. And in order for you to operate white supremacy, that means you got white men and women have to have gainful employment. That means they got to pay you a livable wage, which the elites don't want to pay you a livable wage because it's too expensive. So therefore, they throwing white supremacy away because it's too expensive. Well, where they leave you white nationals at? See, they fucking up because now they don't want to pay. But they have people like, for y'all, they have your your Nick Fuentes, your Richard Spencers, your Jared Taylors, your David Dukes, basically are paid money to keep you white folks, you middle class and poor white folks on the white people plantation or the indentured servant plantation. They don't want you to form Voltron with the black people because you all forming Voltron and destroying the system and gutting it out. That's a problem with them. So they got the elites have they shields to do their bidding. They say they for white supremacy when they're not for white supremacy. Therefore, keeping the rich, wealthy white elites in power who control everything. That's why I said it's got to be an awakening of the whole system, or else shit is not gonna happen. Everybody's gonna have to be on deck. But I don't give a fuck. Black people still, black FBA, gotta have our reparations. We gotta have our tangibles. We are owed, and debt is due. That's all I have to say.